welcome back to 108 Contemporary's Embroidery Craft Kit series. In this video, we're going to learn how to applique with the blanket stitch. So in your kit, there's a couple of pieces of fabric, so pick whichever piece you want to use first and cut out a shape that just kind of mimics the tree shape. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you want to make it a little bit smaller, that's okay too. You can always outline the tree edge after you do the applique. That's up to you. I'm just going to use kind of a blob tree shape, and you'll take the pin that has the little nub on the end and just pin your piece down where you want it. Just be careful as you're working not to snag your hand on the end of that needle. Just be careful of that as you're working around. Okay, so pick the color that you want to do the blanket stitch in and thread your needle. And then you're gonna start from the back of the work, right along the edge of the outside of the fabric, and pull all the way through so that your knot is on the back side. And then you're going to push through both fabrics this distance that you want the length of the blanket stitch, which is the little posts that come down from the outside. You're gonna need to keep them a similar length so that it looks even. But you know, if they're all different lengths, that's kind of fun too. So push through right where you want and pull through. Sometimes you'll catch that little pin, but that's okay. And then you'll come up right where you went in the first time, just to start the stitch. And then you'll pick the distance between the lines. It could be really long distance, it could be really short distance, but you want that same length from the top of the stitch to the bottom of the stitch. So I'm going to go about here and go through, and don't pull all the way through. You're going to leave a little bit there. Come back up through the back at the top of just the cotton fabric and pull through. Don't pull all the way through because it'll pull your thread here, and then you're going to pull the needle through and then pull tight. And there's your first stitch. It's so beautiful. And it keeps your edges looking really nice on fabrics that tend to fray. So you're going to keep going in that same pattern, the same length this way and this way. Going in, leaving that loop, going back up through just the backing fabric, pulling through, but not so tight that you pull through that loop. Go under that loop and then pull tight. It's really starting to come together now. So as you turn the corners, sometimes you'll need to go further in. So I'm going to go a little bit further as my piece changes shape, leaving that loop, coming up on the backing, not pulling too tight to lose my loop, going through the loop, and then pulling tight. And you just, you know, go with the shape of your applique. Kind of follow the shape, but try to use the same distances, or if you're purposefully changing distances, you know, do whatever your heart desires. And you know, it doesn't look quite right sometimes, but once you get going around, it'll pull tight. So even if it looks like that sometimes, just keep going and it will fix itself along the way. I'm going to go all the way around. Sometimes if you get caught on your others, just lift that back out. And then there we go, but we're gonna leave our loop. I'm going to finish all the way around so I can show you how to finish off. So once you've made it all the way around and you're ready to finish off, you're going to go into the first stitch and basically just do that stitch again. So leaving that loop there and then coming through up at the top and picking up that loop and pulling tight. Oh, we got a stray thread there. And then you'll get to the back by just piercing into that backside fabric to pull that last stitch up and pull tight. And then finish off just like always. Leave enough thread that you can make a knot. And trim. Now you can take out your pin, and now that your applique is done, you can even embroider onto the applique. You can add different shapes. You can fill in some of these areas. You can use any of the stitches that you've learned so far in doing that. So have fun with it, make it your own. And as always, stay tuned for more videos.